What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to another polish pickup video. If you hear any bumps to the microphone or anything like that, I do apologize. Chai is sitting in my lap right now, which brings me to, I promised that you all would see her and meet her. She's gotten huge. We just had her spay appointment, and while I have the majority of you here for this video, just formally meet, she's so rotten and wicked. She wants to play, but this is Chai. She is 10 weeks old now, and just put her up right there to the microphone. She's super sweet, baby. Say hi. So she's sitting with me. So if she knocks the microphone, I do apologize about that, but she is insisting on sitting in my lap right now. So is what it is. So if you hear any boops, that is definitely the snoot of Chai. So anyways, this month we have a super juicy video. At the time I'm recording this, it is the weekend of wish listing. And I know by the time I get the video up, as it takes so long for me to get these together, and it's a beautiful, delicious process, I'm still waiting on mail. I'm still waiting on some PR to add to this video. I'm 90% done with it at this point in terms of swatching, but I'm waiting on UPS and USPS at this point. So I'm not quite sure. I'm probably going to give it until Monday. And if I don't get anything in by Monday, then I will go ahead and release this video. So that's just behind the scenes stuff. If you are new to indie polish, if you're new around here, around these parts, you don't know what I'm talking about, Polish Pickup is a massive collaboration featuring dozens of makers. Each month, we have a theme that has been voted on by fans 2 months in advance in the Facebook group, which will be linked below for you all. And the makers just bring their A games, and we have the opening on the first Friday of every month. These are all exclusive polishes. The only way to get them is through this shop and possibly through Rewind Month, which is in July, but more on that as we get way down into the future there. I will not go into that a whole lot. We will save that for the summer. So we have the last two shops for 2024. I cannot believe this year is almost done, for lack of better words. It's been a wild ride, and I'm very anxious to say goodbye to this year. So yeah. This month we have the theme Nostalgic Toys. So we have a bit of a vintage type feel going on, lots of nostalgia, and lots of Furbies, if memory is serving me correctly on this. Going along with the usual segments for my intro, I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. We have the winners shaming corner for last month. Every polish pickup video, I do have a giveaway that is sponsored, where I give away 10 $10 PPU gift codes to 10 random beautiful people commenting on this video. All you have to do is leave a comment below. Say hi to Chai or whatever, what's on your wish list. Just say hi, whatever it is. All I ask is you keep it positive. This is a Rainbows Farting Unicorns channel, and we're all here for pretties and positivity. So just leave a comment. That's all you gotta do. Now, I'm going to shame those of you who did not email me back last month. So I apparently did not prepare, and I have all of this on my PC. I'm gonna have your names all around my face here. Shame, shame, shame on all of you. You won my giveaway that you entered, and you did not message me back. So with that said, what I'm going to do, since this video is going up just a little bit later due to shipping shenanigans, it's just that time of year, really. What I'll do is I'm going to have the giveaway going until Thursday of this week, Thursday before the shop opens. I do like to give everyone a little bit of grace in terms of emailing me, because I know a lot of you want your codes for the shop for this week. But I'm going to do my damnedest on Thursday. And if you email me, I'm going to try to get, real quick and get you your code. So look for a pinned comment, and also me replying to your comment on this channel, on this video on Thursday. Thursday, I think we're already into November, or I think that's Halloween. It might be, let me check the calendar. Thursday is Halloween. So we'll call it the spooky giveaway. So Thursday, October 31st on this video, if you're a winner, I use a random comment picker, commentpicker.com if you're curious, and I will reply to you and also have a pinned comment, 4 p.m. Central Time. I will have those winners posted on Halloween. So please come back and check it out and see if you're a winner. And maybe your notifications. I don't know. Notifications seem weird on YouTube sometimes. Sometimes I'll get, somebody asking a question, and sometimes I miss it because I didn't get the notification. But anyways, I digress. So leave a comment, and Halloween, we will announce winners. Speaking of, if you're doing anything for Halloween, I hope you're safe. I hope you have lots of fun. And I'm super excited. The kids are going to be milk and cookies this year. So lots and lots of sidebars here. We have lots of pretties to check out. So I'm going to quit yammering and let's dive right into the swatches. Kicking this off with Ahmya Cosmetics, Sheldon the Sleepy Tortoise. This is a solar polish that's pastel blue when indoors, shifting over to a purple when outdoors, with a sprinkling of blue-green shimmer. This one's inspired by Caper Toys. Price is $13.50, and there is a cap of 250 bottles. Sheldon has an excellent, creamy, smooth formula to it. It is chock full of shimmer, and because of that, it makes the formula just a little bit on the patchy side. So I would suggest going up to 3 light coats to prevent any of that from happening. It will dry down incredibly flat and a touch gritty, so make sure you use a glitter smoothing top coat in addition to your glossy top coat. In the sunshine and or a UV light, like what you see on the video here, it will switch over to this beautiful purple. Both states are incredibly flattering, if I do say so myself. There are these vibrant type of cream type colors that are some of the ones I definitely gravitate towards. Baroness X brings us Kaleidoscope. This is a deep purple jelly base with green, teal, blue, purple magnetic pole, blue metallic flakes, iridescent blurple magenta flakes, and iridescent red, copper, gold, green flakies. This is the final sister to Octo Alien and Haunted Chateau. If you got those in the other polish pickups, don't miss out on this one. This one's inspired by handmade kaleidoscopes. Price is $13, and there is no cap. We have a squishy jelly formula here, and for that reason, I chose to take it up to 3 light coats to maximize all the pigment on my nails and make sure that I get a nice stark contrast when I magnetize it. When you don't magnetize it, it is a sparkly multi-chrome of the tiny flake variety, and when you magnetize it, you'll get this lovely movement across your nails. I did go in with a really thin coat of glitter smoothing top coat just to kind of get rid of quite a bit of that thirstiness and how it dries down. So with that said, if you go up to 3 coats like me, go in light so that you don't have too much going on your nails for over buildup. BCB Lacquers, but I took the batteries out, is a dark green when cold to clear when warm thermal with pink, orange, gold glass flakes. This one is the first of many Furby inspirations for this month. This is $13.50 with a cap of 400 bottles. We have a fantastic formula going on here. It is quite dense. The flakes will give this lovely smattering across the nails. Just kind of move them around on your final coat like it's a pile of leaves, and finish with a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat. I really can't see anyone needing to go to 3 coats on this. I do have to commend BCB Lacquers on that. Their polishes, I almost never have to go to 3 coats, which is weird because I do love me a 3rd coat. So take that what you will. This is so incredibly reactive on the thermal properties. You will easily see both states. Beaux Rêves brings one of my favorite inspirations for this month. We have Castle Greyskull, described as a gray olive base filled with shimmer that shifts aqua to green to violet, and holographic pigment. This one's inspired by, of course, He-Man and She-Ra playsets. Price is $12, and there is no cap. This is one of my top picks in this video. I have a couple of them, so I will make sure to list them. I've had a couple people ask me to do so, but anyways, it's interesting to me because I think this will play up against your skin tone, but it's such a weird color in the best way possible. I don't think I've seen many polishes that look like this. It kind of almost looks like it's going to be a magnetic polish. It is not, but it's just really cool. And in person, it has this glorious aqua fleck, very dense fleck effect across the nails. You will need a glitter smoothing top coat because there's no texture, but it is quite thirsty. BKL brings us Ghost or Furby. This is a light gray with soft pink to gold microflake shimmer. This one's also inspired by Furbies. Price is $13, and there is no cap. Ghost or Furby is a fantastic Crelly type formula. It's got a touch of a squish factor to it. If you want to go in for 3 coats, go in very thin, I personally found it perfect and soft and almost milky and neutral against me at 2 normal coats. You'll need to finish with a good glossy top coat because this will dry down flat. Cadillacquer's Mastermind is a brownish red when cold to teal green when warm thermal with iridescent flakes in a variety of colors. This one's inspired by the game after the namesake of the polish. Price is $14 and there's a cap of 600 bottles. When it transitioned on my nail there after I did the first coat, I was pleasantly surprised. I loved that contrasting pop of colors. I did get a touch sloppy with the flakes on this one, kind of like how I applied the BCB, and it was no issue to remove them off of my skin per se, but I just like to get a little ham and sloppy with super flakes, real chunky flakes like this. That way I'm getting an even dispersal. So cleanup was super easy for what it's worth. Go in for 3 super light coats or 2 possibly normal coats. This is chef's kiss on that warm and cold state. Again, I do love me a contrasting thermal, and this is definitely it. I did use a thin coat of glitter smoother. Cameo Colors brings us Pop Goes the Popple. This is a buildable lilac curly base with an indigo purple to pink shift, blue and turquoise flakes, and matte pink neon glitters. This one's inspired by Popples. Price is $12 and there's a cap of 250 bottles. Fun fact, when I was growing up, my mom always sewed my clothing and my bed sheets and stuff, and she made me the most amazing Popples bed sheet set. Anyways, Pop Goes the Popple has a wonderful curly formula to it, and I took it to 3 light coats. This is what I would describe as being a somewhat milky type of purple finish. It's very lovely, and those blue flecks are chef's kiss. Finish with any glossy top coat. Chloris the Carol brings us Real Robot. This is an off-white curly base with navy and gold holographic glitter in various shapes and sizes, black glitter, and shifting rainbow short slices. Those are glitters. This one's inspired by Gundams. I so love this inspiration and the polish. Price is $13.50 and there is no cap. Real Robot. You'll want to be mindful of your coats. I would do 3 super thin coats or 2 normal coats. Personally, I think 3 really light coats, a glitter smoother, and a glossy top coat is perfect. This is a wonderful, creamy, milky type of crelly, and those glitters are fantastic. Crystal Knockout has Dressin Up. This is a dark strawberry pink to rose pink thermal with iridescent color shifting flakes and silver holographic micro glitters. This one's inspired by Barbie and the Rockers movie. Price is $12.50 and there is no cap. This is what I would describe as being a very heavy, dense, crelly type of formula. I think anything after 2 coats is complete overkill and completely unnecessary. You will need a glitter smoothing top coat underneath your glossy top coat to smooth this out. Both warm and cold state are very flattering, but I will note that the thermal itself, both colors, in my opinion, are in the same color family. So they're quite subtle in terms of seeing a stark contrast on your nails. Cuticula's Sky Dancer is a cyan jelly base full of pink, gold, green, shifting micro flakes. This one's inspired by its namesake. Price is $13 and there is no cap. Sky Dancer has a very jelly-like formula. It's got a soft buildup overall, and I think 3 coats is going to work the best for this. It will dry down quite flat and a touch thirsty, no texture or anything, as we're building up microflakes. So you're going to get this nice smattering across your nails on that 3rd coat. You can stop at 2 coats, but I do think it's a softer, almost pseudo opacity, if you will. If you have a super prominent free edge or you're wearing falsies like myself, you might want to use a blurring base coat, as I was able to see through my falsies in bright lights. Dom Nail Polish has pocket-sized Fun. This is a teal jelly base with green to blue shifting shimmer and a pink to gold shifting magnetic effect. This one's inspired by a pink and pastel teal Polly Pocket vintage playset. Price is $13.50 and there's a cap of 400 bottles. This is really interesting to me. Now, when you don't magnetize it, you're going to get that beautiful chrome-like effect with, it's like a green with a pinky type of cast to it. You can kind of see it on my full hand shot a little bit here. When you magnetize it, it is a little heavy to move in terms of the pigment. itself. So whether you magnetize each of your layers or you use the magic magnetic top coat like what I do, just make sure to add on like 10 extra seconds to make sure that pigment is moving. The overall effect is what I would describe as a subtle type of ethereal look to it. I don't think it's super stark and contrasting in person, but it just gives a touch of movement in my opinion. I think 3 coats and a glossy top coat is perfect. Danglefoot's It's Glow Time is my second top pick for this month. This is a slightly sheer lilac leaning pink glow with scattered hollow. This one's inspired by glowworms. Price is $13.50 and there's a cap of 250 bottles. It's Glow Time has a beautiful, very luminous, glowy type of shimmer action going on with it. I think it's not necessarily super opaque. I think it gives you beautiful coverage in a milky sense. But if you wanted like, say, a really stark type of base to this, you could probably get away with using a white blurring base coat. But that's so unnecessary because this soft, milky, just not sheer, but just soft, again, is just perfect in my opinion. I think 3 coats and a glossy top coat is the best. Dreamland brings me my third top pick for this month. Seawinkle is a medium violet curly base filled with a mix of aqua blue teal to violet shimmers. This one's inspired by the Seawinkle seahorse in My Little Pony. Price is $13 and there's a cap of 600 bottles. Is this a sibling, say, to the beautiful shimmers we've seen from this brand thus far? I don't have an exact answer on that, but I'm going to say yes, if you ask my official answer. Now, I do want to note there are just a touch of little pigment specks in my swatches here. I did let the maker know she's super sweet and she said she'll make sure that your bottles will not have that. This is so glowy good. It's just so freaking flattering. You need this polish. It's amazing, especially if you liked the other ones that we've seen over the summer. Emily Damali Alien Life Form is a sandy brown base with a pink to green shifting aurora shimmer. This one's inspired by Alf. Price is $13 and there's a cap of 320 bottles. Of course, from Emily Damali, we have a beautiful, fantastic, ultra smooth, creamy formula going on here. I never have had problems with this brand's formula. I'm always so impressed, especially with how strong her shimmers are and how opaque these will build up to. I chose to take Alien Life Form up to 3 light coats. Those of you rocking shorties or nubbins, you might be able to get away with 2 normal coats. But I think to exploit that overall creamy look, go in for 3 super light coats and a glossy top coat. This is quite neutral. It's going to play up against your skin tone respectively. Ethereal Lacquer, this is our next Furby polish, brings us Haunted Furby. This is a sheer medium taupe base full of green to aqua shimmer and is the green sibling to Lorraine. If you liked that blue polish, which I hope you all grabbed it, it's stunning. It's that gorgeous blue. This is a sibling to it, if you will. This one's $13.50 with a cap of 700 bottles. We have an excellent formula going on here. This is quite in your face in terms of opacity, which usually from Ethereal, we see, pun intended, ethereal types of soft, super glowy shimmers, but this one's really packing a punch for opacity. I think 2 to 3 coats is perfect. Go in light on your brush strokes to prevent any type of potential streaking and finish with a glossy top coat. There is a blue shift, but I do think it's quite subtle. Femme Fatale Spit Out Sparks is a satin red magnetic over blue shimmer with gorgeous red copper gold iridescent flake accents. This one's inspired by Kirby. Price is $14 and there's a cap of 200 bottles. Spit Out Sparks has a soft type of jelly formula to it. Therefore, I went in pretty ham on each of my coats. I really wanted to build up that opacity, and because it's a magnetic, I wanted to just make sure I had loads and loads of polish on my nails to get that nice stark contrast. So no issues with dry time to report or anything like that. So if you want to go in heavy-handed like what I did, no issues there. When you don't magnetize it, you'll get a lovely pinky type of blue flecked polish. And when you magnetize it, it's this, I don't want to call it subtle per se, but it's a softer type of contrast between the base and the movement of the magnetic pigment. I did use a glitter smoothing top coat, a thin coat, and a glossy top coat to smooth this out, as it did have quite a bit of thirstiness in how it dried down. No texture though. Glam Polishes Totally Troll is A pastel violet curly with shifting iridescent flakes, gold flakes, aurora shimmer, and pink glitter mix. This one's inspired by the Totally Troll doll. Price is $14 and there is a cap of 250 bottles. Totally Troll has a fantastic, smooth, milky almost type formula to it. I chose to go in for 2 coats. I went in normal to light on my first coat, and on the second coat, I went in a touch heavy-handed, and I really didn't see a point to go anymore, and I knew I was going to have over buildup if I went to a third coat, especially because I was using a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat together. So 2 coats and your 2 top coats and you're perfect. And because I know someone is going to ask, I figured I'd cover you all. I got you. Here is a comparison or a compy-poo between Glam Polish and Cameo. Are they different enough? Your call. Glisten Glow, Pretty Bit the Popple, is a purple jelly polish loaded with blue to purple color shifting shimmer, color shifting iridescent flakes, and shifty pink, orange, yellow, and black micro flakes and hollow flakes. It's a mouthful there. This one's inspired by, of course, Pretty Bit the Popple. Price is $13.50 and there is no cap. This is lovely. It's beautiful. If you're still feeling those super spooky vibes for the season, I know I am. This is fantastic. Very much encompassing that purple type of fall jewel color. It's quite sparkly. I'm going to suggest 3 super light coats or 2 normal coats, as this has a strong squish factor to it. It dries down flat, so use a good glossy top coat. Glisten Glow is bringing us Glitter Grabber this month. If you do not have a glitter smoothing top coat, I cannot stress enough, when you wear indie polishes, it's such a necessity. For reflective glitters like the one you're seeing here, this is the Psych Minerals for this month. I thought it was a great example of what a glitter smoothing top coat does. This is exactly what I do every time I swatch and I say I use a glitter smoothing top coat. Lately, I have been using Glisten Glows the last several weeks. It's a tried and true one. It's a fantastic one. You go in over a textured flaky or a thirsty matte polish or a glitter. If it's got any type of ultra flat dry down, you'll need a glitter smoothing top coat. So I used 1 light coat of Glisten Glow's Glitter Grabber, and then I went in with my normal glossy top coat to smooth everything out, and you can see how sparkly and perfect it is. This is a must if you don't have one. I highly encourage you to try it out. Indie by Patty Lopez has 2 items for us this month. This first one is Little Violet, and we also have a brick magnet inspired by those lovely bricks that we all hate to step on. The brick magnet is $13, and I don't believe there's a cap on that. So I chose to show you all the brick magnet in lieu of my usual ring magnet that I am so very attached to. Little Violet on its own is perfect at 2 coats. I thought I had plenty of pigment on my nails for magnetizing. And when you don't magnetize it, it's this coppery type of purple, if that makes sense. When you magnetize it, it is magical. It's a lovely stark contrast between the magnetic pigment and the purple base. I chose to take the magnet, the Lego magnet, for lack of better words, and I magnetized it on the side. I was kind of going for this like pseudo type of velvet look, and that's exactly what it did. So if you wanted to use the magnet like this is another way you could do it. Otherwise, if you hold the circle magnet over your nail just straight on, it's going to repel and make a circle on your nails. So I wanted to get a little funky and creative because, hello, it's me. But 2 coats and a glossy top coat was perfect for this. I really enjoyed how this one looked. KB Shimmer brings, I think it's number 4, my 4th top pick for this month. This is stunning. Reach for the Stars is a pale yellow green with golden shimmer and it glows in the dark. This one's inspired by glow in the dark stars. Price is $13 and there is no cap. How perfect is this inspiration nailed? I cannot stress enough. It's wonderful. Now, please note, I took this one up to 3 light coats. It is overkill. Stop at 2 normal coats. Do not be like me. I know I always say 3 coats, but this formula is rich, opaque, smooth, perfect chef's kiss. Stop at 2 coats. You will need a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat though, because glow in the dark polishes, as always, have super harsh dry downs. I did charge mine with a nail lamp to make sure that I kind of kickstarted it to ensure I got it for my photos. KB Shimmer is also bringing us Fillin' Groovy. This is a ridge filling base coat. I am busting out my natural nubbins for you all. It's been a journey to get this far, but here we are. I've got a little bit of free edge and then I busted them cleaning my place last week, but whatever. PSA to wear gloves, people. Fillin' Groovy is a wonderful ridge filler. You can see how ridged my middle nail there is. It's still just all kinds of funky from having that gel allergy, and then my eczema kicks up every once in a while, so it's just this awful ridge. You can see how well it fills it in, and it gives this almost somewhat milky type of base to your mani additions. I am so out of practice painting, or rather swatching on camera on my natural nails. It was a little sloppy. So I did clean up for my photos here to get a nice in-your-face macro shot of all the little grooves on my middle nail here and how it fills it in. So this is a really nice base coat if you are looking for a ridge filler. Lemming Lacquers Autumn Glory Barbie is a multi-chrome that shifts from purple to red to copper to gold with gold holographic micro sparks. This one's inspired by its namesake. Price is $13.25 and there is a cap of 200 bottles. Per usual from Lemming Lacquer, we have a heavier type of formula. It's quite dense. I super wanted to build it up just to see the difference between that second and third coat. Honestly, I think 2 normal coats, or if you want to be extra like me, 3 super light thin coats is also going to work too. This will dry down quite flat, so you'll want to use a thicker glossy top coat to smooth it out because it has just a flat type of dry down. There is a copper shift to it at angles and it's on the more subtle side. Lumen has my 5th top pick for this month. I do love me some bright colors. Throwing Spaghetti, also for the inspiration too, is a vivid pink saturated with small and large particle blue to indigo to violet and gold shimmer. This one's inspired by Betty Spaghetti dolls. Price is $13 and there is no cap. Throwing Spaghetti is a neon. I do think it's a true neon polish. And for that reason, in case it gets skewed across monitors, this is a beautiful bubblegum Barbie, if you will, whatever you want to call it, vivid pink. It's stunning. It's flattering. I think it'll be flattering on any skin tone. I think 3 thin coats and a glossy top coat is perfect. MJ Lacquers, It's Slinky is a green, gold, blue magnetic with metallic and color shifting flakes and red holographic micro glitter and Aurora shimmer. This one's inspired by Slinkies. Price is $13 and there is a cap of 250 bottles. So we have a heavy, dense type of formula here. I chose to stop at 2 coats. This is really cute, actually, in my opinion, unmagnetized. You got this confetti looking effect from the flakes. And when you magnetize it, you'll get a pretty stark contrast between that base color and that magnetic pigment. So we've got lots of flaky action, whether you magnetize it or not, and go in with a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat because this will dry down quite thirsty. Not necessarily gritty because we're not dealing with glitters, but the flakes will leave you quite thirsty and just textured in a flaky way. Monarch Lacquer is my next top pick. I guess there's number 6 here. This is Dingle Hopper, described as a purple to sea green thermal with mini green foil flakes. This polish is purple in the cool state and sea green in the warm state. This one's inspired by Plastic Little Mermaid toys. Price is $13 and there is no cap. Dingle Hopper has an almost jelly type of formula to it, and I wanted to really plump it up. So I chose to take it up to 3 coats and a thicker glossy top coat. At the time I was swatching, my regular top coat was getting a little gloopy because I do refills in my bottle and I let it stay gloopy for polishes like this. I have to say this inspiration is so nailed it. It's not even funny. It's glorious. It's super pretty. And that warm state is stunning. I really need a cream polish in this color. It's glorious. And those blue flakes are also chef's kiss. They flatter and pop so well in the warm and the cold state. Night Owl Lacquer's Strawberry Shortcake is a clear base with red metallic flakes, green, blue, fuchsia, violet shifting crystal flakes, and red reflective glitter pigment. This one's inspired by Strawberry Shortcake toys. Price is $13 and there is no cap. We've got a jelly type of base going on here. This is going to be quite versatile in that you can go in quite thin on your coats over an undie, and I think it would make a beautiful flaky type of sparkly topper. It is very squishy though in formula, so if you're going to wear it by itself, I think 2 normal coats is perfect. Use the texture from your first coat to get the next coat to stick, and you'll need a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat. This is another one that I was like, chef's kiss on matching that inspiration. Paradox Polish Sit and Spin is a deep black maroon with a chameleon red to gold magnetic strip on a bed of shifty green gold cyan iridescent flakes. I think my voice is going out here for a second. I wanted to see if I could go straight through on voicing over this whole thing. So anyways, more power to me. This one's $13.50 with a cap of 300 bottles. Sit and Spin is quite dense in how it builds up on the nail. If you don't magnetize it, you have this fantastic type of earthy, somewhat subtle type of multi-chrome. But when you magnetize it, this is where the magic pops out. I love how contrast this one is. There's a lot of movement with it too. And I would suggest 2 coats and a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat. Those flakes are quite chunky, so they'll leave you a touch thirsty. Penelope Luz Lumina is another one of my favorites this month. This is a blue magnetic with gold holographic glitter. This one's inspired by the Lumina doll from Barbie Fairytopia. Price is $13 and there's a cap of 700 bottles. Lumina has a fantastic metallic-like formula. I think it is stunning, unmagnetized and magnetized. I chose to take it up to 3 thin coats to plump it up. And when I saw that it was a metallic type finish on that first coat, I figured I would do 3 coats with it, and I was not mad at it. When you don't magnetize it, you'll get a beautiful blue chrome polish. And when you magnetize it, it's just stunning. Now, if you magnetize layer by layer or using the magic magnetic top coat like me, add maybe 10 more seconds just to make sure you get that nice harsh, stark line from your magnet. Psych Minerals Gotchi Glare is a juicy red jelly loaded with red reflective glitter and holographic shimmer. This one's inspired by the vintage red Tamagotchi. Price is $13 and there's a cap of 275 bottles. Gotchi Glare is that polish you saw in the Glisten and Glow glitter grabber tutorial. This is one that you'll absolutely need a glitter smoothing top coat to smooth it out. Use the texture from your previous coat to adhere the next, and you will have opacity on the second coat. But when you go in for a third really thin coat, you will deepen out that red base a ton. So for that reason, I'm going to strongly suggest 3 super thin coats. I went in a touch sloppy on that last coat there. I just wanted to make sure that I had full coverage all over my big giant nails. So glitter smoothing top coat and glossy top coat, and you can see how sparkly and deep and intense that base color is. Rogue brings us Light Bright. This is a blend of glowy green, blue, orange, and red flakes that shine through the black metallic flakes. This one's inspired by, of course, Light Bright. Price is $13 and there is no cap. This is a fantastic polish for versatility. You can wear this multiple ways. I think this would be beautiful in a pond or sandwich mani, however you want to call it, between layers of a jelly polish, or you can use this as a topper, a dense topper, or you can wear it by itself. It is intended to be worn by itself, which is how I'm showing it to you all. I chose to do 2 thin coats, and then I went in with the icing method on this third coat here, just to kind of build it up and be super extra and heavy. With that said, I went in just a touch too heavy on that third coat. So just don't be extra like me. Do 3 light coats if you're going to wear it by itself. You will need a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat, as this will leave you thirsty and you'll want to even out all those beautiful flakes. This is very pretty in person. And then going on with more top picks, Sassy Sauce has Slots of Fun. This is described as a vampy midnight thermal with golden to copper to red shimmer when cold that warms up to a violet shimmer surprise. This is a sister polish to Cockadoodle Doom, the thermal version. This is inspired after a photo of an old slot car racetrack. Price is $13 and there's a cap of 1,000 bottles. Don't be too shocked at that cap. I'm telling you, I have seen some sellouts as the FOMO runner of the Facebook group. Slots of Fun is gorgeous. It starts off quite jelly-like, so I'm going to suggest 3 coats and a good glossy top coat. It plumps up beautifully, and that shimmer is just stunning. It goes from quote unquote that type of medium grape vibrant purple over to that wonderful vampy type color. It's not super contrasting, but you can definitely see it in person. Sweetheart Polish brings us 80s Octopede. This is a juicy yellow orange jelly with red to orange to gold shifting Aurora shimmer, a splash of micro hollow flakes, and silver reflective glitter. This one's inspired by Grubby, Teddy Ruxpin's best friend. Price is $13 and there's a cap of 250 bottles. 80s Octopede is what I would consider a super squishy jelly polish, so I chose to take it up to 3 thin coats. This is one of those types of goldenrod-ish type yellow oranges that I think will play up against your skin tone a ton. Those of you with deeper skin tones, I think this will pop on you very well. My mom was eyeballing it big time. I'm going to suggest those 3 coats and use a thin layer of glitter smoother with your glossy top coat. Going on for more top picks, Wildflower Lacquers Poochie. Whew, this polish speaks for itself. If you are a blue lover like me, this is a navy base packed with aqua to blue to purple shifting shimmer. This one's inspired by Poochie, the robot dog. Price is $13.50 and there is no cap. Poochie is pretty opaque on the second coat, but I wanted to see what that third coat looked like because honestly, this is how I would wear it in real life. I probably would have taken it up to 3 coats and I'm not mad at it. So 2 normal coats or 3 thin coats is perfect. Go in light on your brush strokes just to make sure that you are preventing any type of potential streaking, as this is a shimmer bomb. It will dry down very flat though, so use a good glossy top coat, and it is so luminous in person. Zombie Claw brings us Megan. This is a clear base with electric blue-green shimmer and copper sparkly glitters. This one's inspired by the specific Bratz doll. Price is $13.50 and there's a cap of $300. We have a Sparkle Bomb that's of the almost sheer variety. I think if you have a very prominent free edge or you're rocking falsies like what I'm doing here on the video, you will either see through them or you will see a touch of your smile line. It's quite subtle. I think in more bright lights, you will be able to see that. So my caveat of a blurring base coat or a nude to you base coat applies here. I did finish with a touch of glitter smoothing top coat because it was quite thirsty. And we're going to wrap this up with the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. We have a ton of different formulas going across the video here. So I'm just going to say just at the top of the round here that a lot of these that have these jelly type of formulas with tons of flakes, I think for the most part, they do work. And we've got quite a bit of versatility here. And going back to what I wanted to do with the Will It Topper segment, I'm going to stick to black swatch sticks. So for the thermals this month, you will see them over black, very much like what we just saw with the BCB. And I'm just going to yammer on here while we appreciate some additional swatches and popping and seeing just how much flakes and shimmer goodness are in each of these polishes. So I'm going to tell you all the story while we watch this part of the video that last week when we were heading to baseball, my husband, myself, and my 2 boys, I have a 2-year-old and I have the 12-year-old who's in baseball. We were heading to practice and we saw a bunch of people honking horns and they were like trying to swerve out of the way out of this really busy intersection over next to my place. And it was 5 o'clock. It was packed. And when we got up to the light, we saw what was almost causing all of these accidents. There was this tiny, and I mean tiny little kitten in the center of the intersection. I mean, center. It was so freaking wild. So my husband blared on the horn. And as he's blaring on the horn, he's, put on the hazards. We had this huge van and he stopped, came out like Superman, grabbed the kitten, gave me the kitten in the passenger seat. I wrapped it in the cardigan I was wearing. And I was just trying to shush it and calm it down. It was so freaked out, poor thing. And I decided to put it on the floorboard because it was just so panicked. I didn't want to stress it out anymore. So I'm a dummy and I didn't realize that there's a little hole in the back of a floorboard in vans or vehicles, whatever. And it went up into my dash. It was horrifying. So we had to pull over. We did end up figuring out how to pull out the dash, and we have a third kitten here with us. So we are nursing him back to health. And yes, he's under super care. He's doing great. You may or may not see him. He's very attached to my husband, ironically, and he's getting along with the other two really well. And that is the story about how the cat distribution system delivered its package quite late. I don't know what we're going to do. It seems like everyone's kind of attached to, I think it's a him, but he's so tiny. He's a little tuxedo cat with this goobery look on his face. So anyways, that's me just trying to fill up some space here with the Will It Toppers segment. I always feel kind of guilty when I get super opinionated in the Will It Topper segment, because it's not necessarily, is it going to topper, but it's just showing depth. And I realize that there's so much more you can see by seeing it over black too. So I'm just yammering on here. Rogue, I'm telling you, looks really cool over black. This is going to look great over any color. And then the Sassy Sauce, don't topper this. That's wild if you topper it. It's so pretty by itself. And the Sweetheart, yeah, that kind of worked, but it's a jelly. I don't think you're doing that bright color justice either. Wildflower is bananas. It's amazing. And then the final one here, Zombie Claw. I think it does work well over black. Your preference there. So let's get on with the recap. At the time that I am dropping this video, wish listing is currently live. I will link you below directly in the description box to polish pickup if you want to just head straight in there and amend your wish list or help. I hope I helped. But before you do that, we do have my sniff test this month. I have KB Shimmer's Sugar Scrub. Those of you who tune in every month, you know my spiel on this. We have, that's kind of bright, but you know how I feel about KB Shimmer Sugar Scrub. They're magnificent. They're fantastic. I use them to shave with, and I also use them for my mommy moment when I just need a little bit of extra pampering and TLC. You can use this on your hands for like a quickie manicure type thing to exfoliate your hands. It's fantastic for that. You can do it on your feet for a pedicure. I personally like to use it in the shower, and I do it basically from like neck down. Yes, I mentioned last month, some of you, I know who watches basically the entirety of the video, because you catch the little ridiculous Easter eggs I leave throughout the video. And I do have a very warped sense of humor. But I did mention last month, I was like, it'll make your butt cheeks really soft. And that's no lie. So try it. And then I'm telling you, your butt cheeks will be soft too. If you do use it in the shower, I'm going to give you my microbiologist disclaimer. Use a plastic spoon or a popsicle stick, something like that, that you can just throw out because you don't want it to get yucky in the shower. And you don't want to put your wet hands in there either, because it is very oil-based and it is actual sugar, and you don't want to get it all icky, for lack of better words. I did actually use this. I broke my rolls because when I saw that it was banana coconut, and I'm a big foodie scent lover, I about like pooed myself. I was so excited. Food scents are my favorite. Coconut scents are my favorite. And when I get a banana scent in there too, I'm super happy in heaven. It's magnificent. So again, you can use it all over the place. Obviously not internal. Yeah, I'm not talking like that, but I just mean like all over your skin. It's great. And it's super heavy oil based. It is very, very heavy. So I personally, when I use it, I don't have to use lotion after my shower. I can smell it. It's so magical. This month's banana coconut is like, it smells like banana runts to me. It's runts with like a super creamy, like the coconut is kind of subtle. I can definitely get it. It's got this tropical type of vibe on the undertone, but it's like, to my nose, it smells like banana runts with like tropical undertones. It is magical. It's amazing. Again, I broke my rule of not using body stuff before showing it to you all because I don't want to be gross. But I mixed it up to kind of hide it. But you can see that's kind of what it looks like. It is fantastic. If you like tropical smells, bananas, if you're like me and you just like foodie scents, you really need this one. This might be one of my favorite ones that she's made so far. And that's saying something, because every freaking year I get her peppermint sugar scrub for December. And this is very nice. So you need this. This will be available in the shop for this month. You can grab that. We are going to move into the wish listing portion. I'm going to pull up the website on my phone here. Chai is moving quite a bit in my lap, so I do apologize if there's some interference with the microphone. You can follow along too with me. I'm going to talk about things that have caught my eye and what is possibly going on my wish list. What I like to do is, because it's so easy to get overwhelmed, there's so many products, and I like to make my wish list, and throughout the week as I watch, I do like video swatches. I like to see a plethora of pictures, things like that. I then go in and just edit it as I go. So this month, going through the nail polish category, it'll be nice because I will pull up the website behind me here. Atomic polish caught my eye. When I saw swatches of it initially, I was like, it's super shimmery. I do want to check out some video swatches of it though. I see Lisa's hands here, so I know I will be tuning into her video. That definitely caught my eye. Cupcake Polish's Sky Dancer. It looks really pretty. It's got that, you know, funfetti type of vibe going for it. And I do love me a good pink. So I like that one. Danglefoot, like I swatched it, but it caught my eye again. It's such a pretty polish, I'm telling you. Garden Path's polish is really pretty. I want to see maybe some video swatches of it. We'll see. But it looks really pretty. It looks like it's going to be like a super shimmer bomb and possibly seeing some sparkly action happening with it. And we've got these super chunky glitters too. So that one certainly caught my eye as well. Kathleen and Co.'s Glow So Bright. I don't typically like dark polishes like this. And I don't typically like polishes that lean kind of black. But based off of the swatches here, it looks like it's going to have a really pretty strong shimmer factor with maybe a little bit of a rainbow component to the glitter. So this one certainly caught my eye. I'm going to want to see that in action though. Polished 4 Days, Fashion Poly. I think this one's probably going to go straight into my cart. Polished 4 Days makes fantastic shimmers, and this one looks delicious. So that one's going to go and bypass my wish listing and go straight to the cart. Going into, let's go to shop. Let's go to miscellaneous, see what we've got over here. Let's see. Zra's earrings are always so cute. Oh my goodness. Tyler Trinkets, Sticky Hands earrings. These are so freaking cute. Going through the pictures here, I just want to highlight this. That is adorable. That's going to go straight into my cart. The Off the Hook creations, I've like constantly mentioned Jessica's creations. They're fantastic. This is adorable, and I will 100% be getting it. It is a crochet T-Rex. Like, you cannot say no to that. It's very cute. Zra is bringing us gingerbread house earrings. These are super cute. I think I will 100% be getting these too, because not only do I love my super fun Halloween earrings, I'm also a nut about Christmas earrings. I'm a nut about themed earrings in general, but yeah, these are super cute. Oh, ring magnets are back in. This is the exact ring magnet that I use on the video. I think that's one of my top questions I always get. Emails, PMs, DMs, things like that. That's the ring magnet. It's on the site. So you can grab that. And then of course we've got some new stamping plates, EDK and Hit the Bottle. Both of these are bringing holiday plates. I'm a big plate collector. They're like my Pokemon cards. So I will be adding those to my cart too, to just constantly hoard all the plates. That is what's currently on my wish list right now and what has caught my eye in the shop. Again, I will link you all below in the description box directly to Polish Pickup if you want to fix up yours too. I want to also note that on the website, if you want to get shipping updates, things like that, what we're waiting on in headquarters, all that information is on the site. You can see it there. There is a calendar of events where you can see when themes are going to be voted on for 2 months ahead of time. You can see where they're at in shipping, when that process is going to start, when the shop opens, all that stuff. It's on the website. Don't forget to leave a comment on this video to be entered into my giveaway. Halloween, remember, we're doing it differently this month. Halloween at 4 p.m. Central Time. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.